As long as they sit an extra week later in the year so that business is not interrupted, I don't mind. Some people may have a strong connection to the Queen, so we must all respect that. Those wanting a republic, I think, should wait a few weeks before provoking anything. I'm going to go gently on you because I see you're only 19. Telling many tens of thousands of respectful, learned people who have agitated for a republic for decades to keep quiet at this time when they have had shoes older than you is pushing your limits way too far, young lady. That's a terrible portrait of the Queen and 2 kids clowning in front of it. Disrespectful. Luke is 8 and James is 4. Luke has had the same default expression and pose for every single photo we've taken since he was the teeniest of teeny couch goblins, and asking a 4-year-old to adopt a modicum of decorum is like asking a domestic cat to complete my self-assessment return. It's also a bloody excellent piece of art that has had people queuing up and down the road for a photo putting Rochford on the map. So with the greatest respect, get bent, my dude. Same, I can read a 500-page book in 30 minutes, mostly because long paragraphs that are not spaced correctly make my eyes sore. You can't read a 500-page book in 30 minutes unless it's a picture book. The average wide-spaced novel has 250 words per page, meaning you're reading 125,000 words in 30 minutes, or 4,167 words per minute. The average speed reader, is 300 words per minute, with faster readers reaching 700 words per minute. Neuroscientists say that claims of reading up to 1,000 words per minute must be viewed with skepticism, so basically, you're a massive liar, you dummy. I tried to speed read that and I think I messed up. Ha! Homegirl, leave him, dude. He's still looking at his phone. That's my girlfriend. I just preached my first sermon. She recorded it and wanted me to watch what she recorded. Thanks. Dude, they look happy together. Leave them alone. Frick you! That's so nice of you, and when did your dad come home with the milk? I don't blame him for leaving such a failed child. What just learned a new word? The F word. Always someone without the real profile photo. Get the life. Not everybody is proud of being a solid 4 out of 10 like you. I'm a solid 1 out of 10, baby, and I hide it behind that digital avatar I draw. Hey, at Empire State Building, if it's easier, click New York Giants colors, and that will do. I have twice as many flaws as you do wins, so suck it, Nationals. Go ahead and text one of your side chicks. I know I'm better. The only side chicks I have are your other personalities. I'll see you at home, sweetheart. Ever wonder what happens behind the scenes when you shop Amazon? Book free tour now. Do we get to see workers peeing in bottles? Cause man, I'd love to see that. May God forgive Harry and Meghan for causing the Queen so much pain, for I never shall. Says the woman who was shagging Boris Johnson of all people behind his wife's back. Grown man really let a football match ruin their day. LOL. Grown women let zodiac signs shape their future personality and Tinder profiles. Why haven't Europeans fully embraced the concept of freedom like Americans have? It's rather shocking, isn't it? Living in the UK, we have so little freedom. I only have 5 weeks annual leave, which I'm forced to use, and 8 public holidays. I'm so downtrodden to have universal health care, so I don't have to think, can I afford to go to the hospital? My dirty communist employer not only gives me 3 months sick pay and 90% pay, but because we have proper employment law, I can't be fired on a whim of management. We're so repressed, I don't even have to use a designated crossing to cross the road. Please come and save us from the socialist nightmare that is the European. Well, you know what, Europeans? You know what we got? Instead of universal health care, we got a no-surgery cougar head that costs $26,000. That's not a good thing. Well, after 20 minutes of not being acknowledged, I left. Too bad I won't get to try this place. No menus? Come on, have a waiter that gives you a menu. That way you know you have customers, and why should have to have my phone? No go. It's Labor Day weekend, and this review is so full of lies. I will take the time to stand up for our staff. You were in the bar for 10.5 minutes total. I have a time-stamped video, which I am happy to post here or upload to YouTube. You go to the bar, and Jen greets you and explains how our ordering system works for 2 minutes. 6:42. You seemed annoyed, so she immediately walked out from behind the bar to check in with you at your table in the venue room. 6:44. Less than 4 minutes later, 6:48. Mika, our food runner, checks on you. You leave 2 minutes later. It's okay if you don't like ordering at the bar and that we have an online menu, but you don't need to lie about our hardworking staff. Shame on you. It's also incredibly ironic that you used your phone to write a review about how you don't want to have to use your phone. If this is your life, I feel really bad for you, and I hope you can make a positive change for a less abysmal existence. I would invite you to come back for brunch when we have servers and full service, but I have too much respect for my staff. Please stay away if this is your usual behavior. If having menu problems, I feel bad for you, son. I got 99 problems, but a staff ain't one. I should have wrapped that, but then everyone would have left. Voting closes in conservative leadership contest that decides UK's next prime minister. Like picking which bollock to be kicked in. Your boyfriend proposes. He says he didn't have time to save up and buy you a diamond. Instead, he makes you one of wood and a cheap gemstone. What do you say? No, I have settled twice for cheap wings. I want to be spoiled and deserve it. And how will you spoil a man back? Definitely not with appearance and definitely not money-wise either. Third's divorce on its way. Let's go. Bro, if you made me a wooden ring, I'd wear that way more than a crappy store-bought ring. It was the worst experience ever. The staff is completely unfriendly. The room was very untidy and they have very poor services. You would find spider nets even in the room and nobody... Wait, what is a spider net? Let's just skip this post, but can we just... What is an artist rendition of a spider net? Somebody born in 2020 will see the year 3000 when they're 80. That's wild. This is the person playing the game and app ads. Yeah, it is. So my body, my choice, except for when it comes to student loan debt. That's when someone else should step in. Someone needs to check on Case Orbs. He probably dislocated something trying to reach this far. Jesus, Kevin, Jesus. I hope Brady has a good representation of modern wrestling fans because, and I mean no offense by this, but you kids are all kind of snussies. You know, I'm in the habit of taking a glance at the profile of a person before I decide to reply. Helps weed out the psychos. Did you seriously comment about people here being snussies right after visiting and commenting on r/cucklord? Ouch! I'm 127 pounds, blonde, pretty, and single. I feel so freaking insulted right now. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with having high self-esteem, but having to put others down and feel better about yourself is pathetic as frick and shows you're actually very insecure, and you hate yourself when you look in the mirror. What do you genuinely not understand? How I get taller and more handsome every time my grandma sees me. She shrinks and her eyes get worse. Yep. Ellen DeGeneres reveals the hurtful thing Elton John said to her after she came out as gay. Even Elton John said, "Shut up already, we know you're gay, be funny." Jesus. Elton John knew she was a piece of crap. Hello, Jewel. I want to ask, what is your favorite color? Such a stupid question. Ask me something logical and matured. Fine. Solve for cosine X. Prepare for flooding. More left-wing propaganda. Unsure if the water is flowing more from the right or the left, but significant stream rises are expected, so stay safe, buddy. What's the process of getting divorced to your Norwegian partner? Or where can I find it? First result on Google when Googling divorce Norway was problem solving one of the reasons your marriage failed. Freaking hell, man. You roasted him. And that's the worst Norwegian accent ever. Not every job should have a living wage. That is not healthy for society. It is not healthy for someone making ice cream cones at Dairy Queen to make enough to live off of. You want a society that actually can't live off these jobs. So how are those working jobs meant to live? And more importantly, how will I get ice cream at Dairy Queen when all the people working at them died? Oh, this one's great. Free penicillin. I'm not from the US, so it's free anyways. I told my son the world is flat and now school is telling him that it is round. He is questioning which is real now. How should I encourage him to not believe everything he hears? The problem is your son now faces the issue of realizing at least one of his parents is a moron. He has to realize that though he loves you, he can't trust you to be correct about any questions he asks. That's hard for him. The more you push your idiocracy, on him, the angrier and more frustrated he will get. Idiocracy, the word that describes Cougar's vocabulary. Literally have never met an American who flexes their European ancestry. Most just think of it as a fun fact. Bro, I'm Irish and I see Americans all the time flexing how they're Irish yet can't even point to where it is on a map. I'm Scottish, bucko, but thank you. And Native American, long story. They were goofing with each other for a while, just a funny clip, but believe me, I definitely would have shot had it been totally random, lol. Did you skip English period in school? No, I passed. Did you skip school altogether because you got bullied a lot and now only feel powerful by trying to belittle random people on the internet who just don't care about grammar? Part 2, bro gets back up and knocks the 11 secret herbs and spices out of Steven. He is turning into him. Is this his actual, TikTok? Steven Skull has a TikTok? Cool, I guess. He's weird. Truly appalled! Pick up my new passport today. My old one expires in the next couple of months. See below. Spot the difference. Good to know I need to renew and can't wait to get the cancerous title on my passport. Afraid your name still needs to be on there, buddy. Millennials who are very cavalier about not having children are in for a shock when they enter their 40s and realize life is only half over. What do you do at that point? Keep trying to be sexy and have fun? I expect to see a lot of sadness and confusion about what to do at that point. Sorry you need a child, so someone is forced to hang out with you. Bro, hope thanks and proof. I'm never having children because I generally just want to spend my money on me and a pet dog. What is an NFT? Beanie Babies for dudes who get mad when there's a black woman in Star Wars. That is the best description of an NFT ever, bro. Sort your pathetic admins out already. Hello, you were banned from editing Wikipedia for abusing alternative accounts with malicious intent, confirmed by a trained set of personnel called check users. You are now allowed to have alternate accounts, but not to avoid the block. Take that, snitch. I had someone edit my Wikipedia page and say some really nasty things, and I had to go to an admin and be like, hey man, here's proof that I didn't do any things. And he actually did it to me. And then that guy is banned from editing Wikipedia forever. There's Cougar's story of the day. So my body, my choice, except for when it comes to student loan debt, that's when someone else should step in, right? Point to the place on your body where the student loans are. My brain, because it's causing me trauma. I wanted to return to Buckingham Palace today for some quiet reflection and lay my own tribute. Crowds, young, old, from all ethnicities and backgrounds, truly the best of British doing her justice. Hi Dan, I was beside you there today. Nothing says quiet reflection like doing 4 takes of that video, then directing your friend to make sure you get the shot of me praying after I lay the flowers and checking the video after each shot. Oh Dan, what's wrong with you, friend? When Ned Stark died in the books made me realize George R.R. Martin wasn't going to pull punches. It was only later that I realized he was more afraid of finishing a story. I think he liked killing characters so much he forgot he needed them for the plot. Your education level? Sophomore in college. LOL, that better be a joke. You're a joke. You're a sophomore dropout and I'm a data scientist. Any high schooler can make out the difference. I just started my college because I was in the military for 6 years. You're a loser, LMAO. Good luck there, buckaroony. Rory literally ran after this guy and asked for a photo because of the t-shirt OMFG. The kid didn't know we were crying with laughter at him. Did it ever occur to you that a dude in his 20s at an anime convention chasing after a 13-year-old wearing a meme shirt to take pictures with him and make fun of him is exponentially more pathetic than a 13-year-old wearing a meme shirt? This kid looks awesome. I want to hang out with him. Also, Shanks behind him. Yo, let's chill, dog. Let's go start a pirate crew. Saw this on another subreddit under a post of being kicked in the nuts hurts more than childbirth. As a man that has witnessed his wife give birth, these two events are not even in the same category, unless when you get kicked, the boot lodge itself in your taint and over several hours slowly burst through your scrotums from the back by stretching it inch by agonizing inch until your sack is 3 times its original size. Sometimes getting lodged behind the bones behind your sack, and eventually the boot bursts forth, shredding and tearing everything apart. And then even though you are mangled and the first boot took everything you had, you now have to push the shoebox the boot came in past your swollen and bleeding and exposed vas deferens, and then they weigh the boot and hand you the boot and say congratulations. I thought this was going to be some dude being like, yeah man, getting kicked in the nuts hurts way more, but this is better. A book review. I hope I never read anything half as bad as this one. The book stunk so badly that I left it on the seat of the train as I was leaving. A woman behind me said, excuse me, I think you left your book. And I said, yeah, I kind of wanted to leave my book in hopes that someone else would come along and not hate it as much as I did. The book was long, boring, rambling, one plot twist that was moderately interesting, but didn't show up until about page 400 out of 450. Skip it, seriously. Spend time reading a neurobiology book or a book about the migratory habits of cranes, because that's what makes up 90% of this book anyways. The other 10% are two dimensional characters who are whiny, needy, and dishonest. Still considering it, that's a copy on New Year transferred for you somewhere. Dimensional or two-dimensional. There we go. Dimensional. The baby claims he was intimate with Megan Thee Stallion the day before she was allegedly stopped by Tory Lanez in the new song Boogeyman. If I had to cancel shows because I wasn't selling enough tickets to pack a McDonald's, I would start making crap up for attention too. I mean, I don't think he made it up because the baby was slaying there for a while when he was getting 850 million views a month on YouTube. Yeah, he's grasping at straws at this point. Don't be afraid to be yourself. You cover your face with a giant marshmallow, mate. Sir, I have appeared in over 230 television and film productions, acted in 25 large-scale theater shows, recorded 4 music albums, lent my voice to over 50 audiobooks, many pushing 10 hours in length, and seduced many humans in my 70 years. Please, I had to sleep now and again. I want Tim Curry to have a larger catalog. Tim Curry is one of the greatest actors ever. You know how much voiceover work this man has done? It's my understanding that burning alive is the worst possible pain anyone could feel. You would be correct. That's survived being completely engulfed in fire. That's just the start of your long journey into pain. The treatments are brutal, recovery is long, and if you escape without drug addiction, then you are a rare occurrence. Jesus, you're one impressive compulsive liar. According to your comments, you've been engulfed in fire and went on a long burn treatment. You've drowned, you've lived on every continent in the world, you've known and spoken to thousands of women, you've lived everywhere in the US. At age 6, you started working as a janitor, you jumped in front of a speeding car causing an accident, which ended up in a murder and life-ending event. I can't say the S word on YouTube. Your carefully and methodically planned a murder, but stopped yourself at the last moment. You've been involved in multiple car crashes, you've been electrocuted, I think that's spelled wrong, suffered gunshot wounds, and you nearly died in the snow. I mean, I've almost been hit by a car and was hit one time on my longboard, but it was like at 2 miles per hour. But, you know, this guy's amazing. Everyone stand up and clap for him. Condoms are free at campus, but printing isn't, so sex is more important than assignments. Condoms are free because sex can cause serious health issues if it is carelessly done and can kill you as well. Lack of education won't kill you. It'll just make you compare sex to printing. There just isn't a single critical thought behind those eyes, is there? It's the way a pigeon would look at a Rubik's Cube. Who is that? Why does it look like Amy Poehler and the Hillary Clinton had a kid? I'm not kidding. Look at it. This is what I get for trying to felicitate a bond between my dad and my boyfriend. Likes monkeys and told him you like monkeys, so I think you two should talk about monkeys together. We'll talk about you all the time. Yeah, that hurts. Today's great sadness is watching God-denying 39-year-old intentionally signal childless women who don't realize that their pursuit of self is going to leave them lonely in old age with no progeny, no joy of motherhood, and a total sense of emptiness in their twilight years. Dale, she said no. Therapist might be a better way to process your resentment. Two men will never become one flesh. Then you're doing it wrong, Tim. Try to breathe deeply and relax into it. I like Rev Daniels. He seems like a nice fellow.